Hi, this is David McCann for WebTNG. In this video, I'm looking at the plugin Secure Custom Fields. Secure Custom Fields is a free plugin in the WordPress plugin directory. It's been forked from the Advanced Custom Fields Pro plugin. Now, there are several gotchas in using this plugin, but there are also a couple of advantages. So in this video, I'm going to review the pros and cons so people are aware of the issues when deciding if they're going to use it. I'll also cover what to expect if you're a developer creating plugins that work with dynamic data. So while this video is mainly for end users, it also has some discussion for developers. A little bit of background: ACF has a free version that has more than 2 million active installs. And the Pro version is also very popular. It's popular because the free version is very full-featured and it's sufficient for many projects, kind of like Elementor Core is. You can do a lot with it. It's also popular because it was one of the first custom field plugins and it has extensive third-party support. That is, lots of other themes and plugins that want to support custom fields support ACF. And ACF is often the first one that they do support. A few years ago, ACF was purchased by WP Engine, a large hosting company. They funded a team to continue development of ACF. And because it's so popular and so well respected, I think it's safe to say that ACF is a feather in the cap of WP Engine. Now, Pro is a premium plugin. That is something that you pay for. If we look at pricing, we see that one website is $49 a year, 10 websites $149 a year, and unlimited websites $249 a year. There is no lifetime option. Last year, we discovered that Matt Mullenweg, the co-founder of WordPress and the CEO of Automatic, had been in long-term negotiations with WP Engine. Matt didn't believe that WP Engine was contributing enough to the WordPress core project. At some point before WordCamp US, Matt came to the conclusion that WP Engine was stringing him along and that they had no intention of making a deal with him. He was offended. He felt he had been used or abused. And during WordCamp US in last September, Matt did what he called the nuclear option, and using his own words, he went to war with WP Engine. And as part of that war on WP Engine, he had the ACF Pro plugin cloned and made available for download for free in the WordPress plugin directory. This is it here. That's under the name Secure Custom Fields. This action was problematic for a lot of reasons. The first reason, which I talked about back in October when Beta 2 of Secure Custom Fields was out, is that they hadn't followed the guidelines for forking a plugin. One of the legal requirements is that you need to retain the copyright notice of the original contributors. You can't take someone else's plugin and claim it as your own work. You have to acknowledge the previous authors. And they hadn't done that. Now, that's been corrected. They corrected this by adding a licensed text file, which wasn't there back in October. And here it is here. They say Advanced Custom Fields, copyright 2011 to 2004 by Elliot Condon, Delicious Bains, WP Engine, and other contributors. Okay, so they've acknowledged previous people's work. They fixed that problem. There are a couple of other problems with Secure Custom Fields. One of them is an ethical or moral issue, which is that some people find it problematic that Matt Mullenweg took this action kind of in spite or to get revenge or to directly harm another company. Basically, Secure Custom Fields removed the licensing from ACF Pro and are giving that away for free. ACF Pro is a GPL licensed plugin, so as long as they do it correctly, SCF is a legal fork, and people are going to use it. In fact, if we look at the numbers here, back in October, Beta 2, there were less than 10 active installs. but now there are more than 10,000 active installs. I think that means that SCF is, if not the fastest growing plugin in the directory, it's one of them. And this is one of the advantages of SCF, is that it's free and you're getting all the features of ACF Pro. It's the second advantage. Okay, so it's free and it's got all the features of Pro. And I don't think anyone should underestimate the attractiveness of being free. That means that its popularity is going to continue to grow. It's one of the reasons WordPress is popular. Another thing to mention about Secure Custom Fields is that when I looked at it back in October, it was a beta. But if we look at the development log, with the release yesterday, it came out of beta. Okay, so it's now fully released. And if you go to the plugin page in the WordPress admin and search for Secure Custom Fields, it's here and easy to install and activate. But there is another issue, another gotcha that people who decide to use SCF should be aware of. If we look at the main plugin file, the starting file for Secure Custom Fields, and we go down, you see here is the main class ACF. Okay, and if you go down and look here, they're still using ACF for the function names and for the constants. And one of the reasons for doing that is so Secure Custom Fields can be a drop-in replacement for ACF. That means that users who don't want to pay the annual fee to ACF can swap out SCF for ACF and things should still work. However, that's not always the case, and this is the other gotcha. I noticed in the Advanced Themer for Bricks Facebook group that some of the users had been complaining to the developer of a conflict, of an issue when they use Secure Custom Fields. And that's because Advanced Themer uses the embedded version of ACF Pro. ACF Pro has an embed feature where you can use it in your own plugins and disable the user interface. So, Advanced Themer uses the features of ACF Pro for handling all the options. And other plugins do the same thing. They may use the embedded version of ACF Pro. And in those cases, people who use SCF may run into a conflict. The WordPress.org or Automatic team that forked ACF could have renamed this to be SCF and avoided that conflict. What does this mean for developers? The fact that Secure Custom Fields is growing so quickly means that developers who support dynamic data and custom fields are going to be asked more and more frequently to support Secure Custom Fields. So there's going to be pressure on developers to support it. And I imagine it's possible somehow to work around, to code around the conflict for people who are using the embed version of ACF. But to be fair for developers, usually plugins that support custom fields lists on their website the custom field plugins that they support. So it may be that some developers will just list that they don't support Secure Custom Fields, but this is something that end users and developers should be aware of. Okay, let's have a quick recap. Secure Custom Fields is a fork of ACF Pro. The advantages for users of Secure Custom Fields are it's free and has all the features of ACF Pro, which is a paid option. This makes it the most feature-rich free option available. It is also a drop-in replacement, so users can switch from ACF Pro to SCF without cost. And it's not limited to just using it for new sites. It can also be used on existing sites, and the ACF Pro subscription can be discontinued. So now let's look at the cons of SCF. The licensing issues have largely been addressed, so it looks like a legal fork. However, some people think it stinks because SCF was not forked to provide new features, fix issues the original developer ignored, or take the plugin in a new direction. Those are all common, understandable reasons for a fork. Instead, it was forked as part of a dispute between two companies to harm one company by making one of its premium plugins free, thereby removing an income stream. Another issue is that there's currently a plugin conflict situation. Should the site that Secure Custom Fields is used on also be using a plugin that incorporates the embedded version of ACF Pro? That could be a surprise for site owners, either when SCF is installed or even maybe later as a hidden trap in the future when a new plugin is installed that includes the embedded version of ACF Pro. So site builders should be aware of that possibility. For developers, they should be aware that SCF usage is growing very quickly. For the short term, developers can add a notice saying they don't support SCF. However, Secure Custom Fields is one of the fastest growing plugins in the WordPress plugin directory. Pods has around 100,000 active installs, and I wouldn't be surprised if SCF reaches that number by the end of the year. More customers will be using Secure Custom Fields, and there will be increased demand for it to be supported. Don't underestimate the power of free. Today, developers can turn their backs on SCF if they find the circumstances distasteful. But remember, this isn't Automatic's first rodeo. WooCommerce began in a similar fashion where they forked a premium plugin, and over time that was normalized, and today it's the leader with wide support. Or let's look at it another way. What are you going to do when your competitors start supporting Secure Custom Fields? On the topic of Secure Custom Fields gotchas, I have one parting note. The court case between WP Engine and Automatic isn't scheduled to begin until February 2027. Okay, 2 years from now. Now, the court has ordered that they enter into negotiations to see if they can come to an agreement before the court date, but there's the very real possibility that there could be uncertainty for more than 2 years. But even disregarding the court case, if SCF is a legal fork of ACF Pro, then I don't expect SCF to be removed by the court or go away. However, let's ask a question. Is there the commitment to continue providing updates and support? The Advanced Custom Field team has plans for upcoming enhancements and features. Will Secure Custom Fields adopt those and maintain parity? Or is this just a spite fork? Is the current version enough of a rude gesture to satisfy Matt Mullenweg, and maybe he'll eventually lose interest? And if that happens, then end users who adopt Secure Custom Fields, maybe to save some money, might be collateral damage. So that's my look at the pros and cons of Secure Custom Fields. There's a text summary of the video available on the WebTNG website. Hope you found the video interesting and thought-provoking. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It makes a big difference. Thank you for watching.